So it is Thursday today, and it's pretty much finishing up all of the displays and exhibiting at New York Comic Con, getting ready for that Friday morning when everyone is going to be piling in and having a great convention. Now, a lot of the big companies like Hasbro and Mattel have been kind of cordoning off their area, not letting people take photos yet because there's so much stuff that's probably going to be shown off at their booth and everything. But a lot of the smaller companies have been allowing some access to their displays as they've been setting them up. And we have some looks now at what's happening with Super 7 and their Transformer-related product. We're also going to talk about some future dates that are going to be happening in this month. It's going to be quite a busy month every single week for Transformers, especially on the weekend. But let's start with Super 7 here. They had a little bit of some Transformer stuff on display, some new stuff that we have not seen before. And first we're going to start with their Super Shogun line. So their Super Shogun line is pretty much Super 7 homaging the Shogun Warriors line that Mattel did back in the day, their Jumbos line, which were these 24 to 25 inch tall, 2 feet tall pieces of plastic of giant robot awesomeness that had wheels under their feet and rocket firing missiles and, spring loaded fists and everything. They were so cool. And they had so many iconic characters, and even Godzilla was part of it. And they wanted to kind of have Transformers be part of that too. And they've already done their Optimus Prime. The Optimus Prime is out there to buy right now on their website for $350. But they have 2 other editions that they've shown off today that's part of the collection. No shock, they're going to take the Optimus Prime that they've already put out, and they're going to do a dead Optimus Prime version. That's going to be on display right now. Pre-orders will probably go up in the future. They do have a listing here that says it might be $385 or $395. So just stay tuned for that. That does sound like a price increase from the Optimus Prime one. And there's also going to be a Megatron that's going to be part of this too. So if you wanted to have some Optimus and Megatron representation in your Shogun Warriors collection of those vintage awesome giant robots, shout out to Dimos, my personal favorite of the bunch. That's pretty cool. They are a little pricey, but when you're collecting those jumbos, that's kind of the, cost of admission, unfortunately. Also, what they had on display, a smaller kind of situation, their Super Cyborg line. Now, their Super Cyborg line is an homage to the Henshin Robo stuff that Takara was doing back in the day. These 11-inch figures across all kinds of different Japanese brands and everything, as well as their own original creations. And so they're doing Super Cyborgs of some Transformers. They've already done an Optimus Prime in vanilla, normal Optimus Prime colors. They already did a Megatron in normal colors. And then they did a San Diego Comic-Con version, which was Unicron reformatted Megatron in a light, clear purple. And then there was such a huge demand for that, and that sold out very quickly, that they then did a mass release version with a darker purple. So just to make it a little different from the San Diego Comic-Con version, and that sold out, of course. So there is clearly a demand for these 11-inch Transformer clear figures, and they have it where you could take off the chest and it shows the interior details. So now they're going to be releasing some new ones here that showed up for the first time at New York Comic Con. We have a clear Optimus now. Optimus didn't get a clear repaint yet, so it's a clear Optimus, nice box and stuff. And then we also have a Megatron that is kind of sporting his Goodbye Megatron Megaplex colors. So picture Megatron with blue parts on him instead, removable chest still, and the box even homages Goodbye Megatron, that 2-pack from back in the day in 1985. So pretty cool stuff. These are also going to be available probably in the near future, $85. And again, 11 inches tall, pretty cool. Now, let's talk about some important dates that are going to be coming up. So again, this weekend is New York Comic Con, so we're going to probably get some new reveals and stuff, so stay tuned for that here on the Transformer Slag podcast. We'll keep you clued in on all of that. And of course, the week after that, October 20th, 21st, and 22nd will be TFCon Orlando. I will be at TFCon Orlando, so come check me out. I'll probably give more posts and details about that as we get closer to that date next week and stuff, and of course on my Twitter and my live streams. So be sure to stay tuned for that for updates on what's happening with TFCon Orlando and me. And the last thing we're going to cover, and this is the most important, we finally got a little bit of an update. I don't want to say who, but it looks like we now have a date for what is going to be happening with the next live stream. And we're going to be getting a very special event starring Ben, the marketer from Hasbro BMAC, the Premium Pulse 1027 event, which will be happening on 1027, October 27th, the Friday. So what is that exactly? So for the past 2 years, Hasbro has been doing the 1027 event. This was something that was kind of born out of when we had the big V and Hasbro wasn't able to kind of meet at the office and have these big streaming events like they do right now. For the past 2 years, in 2021 and 2022, they did the 1027 event. 1027 is just a throwback to Hasbro's address because Hasbro's HQ, Hasbro head office, is at 1027 Newport Avenue. So it's just, hey, it's 1027. That's the date. And so in 2021, they did the 1027 on October 27th. And that's when we got an update on Victory Saber and what was happening with that. And the, Generation Selects lift ticket was shown to us for the first time. And they gave us a little stop motion exclusive that wasn't part of the Transformers the movie theater showings and stuff. So we got some cool stuff that first time. In 2022 for 1027, we got our big HasLab Desaurus reveal. So that was a big one on 1027. So this time around, pretty much Ben said the 1027 is going to be a big covering of the Studio Series Wave 1 stuff for 2024. So what we talked about before, that's the Mohawk, the Rumble, the Wheeljack, the Scorponok, the Scrap Heap, the War for Cybertron Starscream, and the Megatron we just talked about yesterday. All that is going to be revealed in some shape or form at 1027 this month. So stay tuned for that. Mark that on your calendar, and that's going to be yet again another thing we're going to be learning about in the near future. And so that's it more or less for the news. Hope you guys learned something, educated, entertained, informed. Hopefully we'll get some more stuff tomorrow from New York Comic Con this weekend. Failing that, the live stream on Saturday will give us even more so a sneak peek probably if we get some photos out and everything. Thank you for listening, and thank you for listening to the Transformer Slag podcast.